You know, growing up in Detroit, there weren't a lot of kids like me. Back then, especially in the neighborhood I grew up in, you just didn't tell people you were gay. It was hard. I got bullied a lot. And there were days where I felt like I didn't want to go on. Like maybe the world was better off without me in it. But I did go on. And now here I am, the first gay man on Mars. So, if you're a kid out there that feels like maybe you're broken somehow, like the world would be better off without you in it, I promise you, it's the world that's broken, not you. Now, I know there's probably gonna be a lot of people out there mad at me for saying this, but I don't know. I just feel like if somebody like me doesn't say it, who will? What's the point of sending people all the way out here if we can't look back on our own world and see it for what it could be?
They said someone defaced his mother's house in Detroit.
It's awful.
We made so much progress on so many things, and here we are.
I hate that this is happening to him too, but the truth is, he put himself and us in this impossible situation. We just lost seats in the midterms. The jobs bill is hanging by a thread, and if you want any shot at getting reelected, you can't touch this with a 10-foot pole. We have to find a way to change the narrative here.
What is the point being here? I can't even...
Ellen.
He should be allowed to serve his country.
I agree, but things can't just change on a dime. The country's not ready for that, Ellen. You know it better than anyone.
I never told you this, but on Apollo 24, when things were looking pretty bleak, I told Deke Slayton about Pam, about everything.
Wow.
I'll never forget the look on his face. It wasn't anger or even disgust. It was just disappointment. He said, never tell anybody else. It's all they'll see.
I'm sorry, Al. That's...
No, in his own way, he was just trying to help. He knew the price I'd pay.
Wait a second.
What?
There's a professor at Northwestern that did a paper on this. Right now, members of the military can be discharged if they admit to being gay, right?
Right.
But what if the question isn't allowed to be asked?
Oh, then they could serve their country with...
From now on, we don't ask. We don't pursue, we don't investigate.
Joint Chiefs will never go for it.
Oh, you're the commander-in-chief.
Even so, it'll go too far for the Republicans and not far enough for the Democrats.
It's the perfect compromise.
Piss off both sides and control the argument. Tom would have loved it.
Exactly.
It could be the first step to real progress. A baby step, but it would put a stop to the endless investigations, the harassment.
And you can do it by executive order.
And put the focus back on Mars.
Right.
What about Will Tyler? It wouldn't change a thing for him.
No, I wouldn't.
Good afternoon. I will be issuing an executive order prohibiting military personnel from attempting to discover the sexual orientation of any other service member. The order will also prohibit any gay members of the United States Armed Forces from disclosing their sexual orientation, and it will forbid openly gay persons from serving in the military.
Madam President, how does this decision impact the status of astronaut Will Tyler?
Major Tyler has served his country with distinction and honor. But his actions are a violation of current Department of Defense regulations, and he will be discharged from the Army upon his return.
Look, I know you're having fun with the guy, but he's married to the most powerful woman in the world. I don't know what you thought was happening.
Are you crazy?
But he's listening.
It's DC. Literally everyone is listening. God, I never should have told you.
Have you done in the Oval yet?
No. Okay, once.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just imagining the look on Nixon's face right now.
That would be something.
Where to? DuPont Circle. Hey, you are not gonna believe what I just heard from Jeremy Zilke. Are you around? No. I gotta tell you in person. Okay, I'm on my way.
It's not easy sometimes, being your husband. I mean, I'm a national punchline. How are you going to decorate the White House, Mrs. Wilson? What are you making Ellen for dinner tonight?
Oh, give me a break. And since when do you care about what other people think?
It's not about that. Look, I know this may be hard to understand, but my entire life, I've tried to be logical, make the smart move, the right move, but lately I keep feeling... I don't know.
Larry.
Please don't take this the wrong way, Elle. I'm so proud of everything that we've done. But the sacrifices that I've had to make, that you've had to make, that everyone close to us has had to make, your parents, your brother, Tom, Shirley, Pam, my family, my sisters, all so that you could get here.
What do you mean, Pam? What are you talking about?
Nothing. I didn't... all I was saying was that we've all sacrificed.
Pam left me for Elise.
Forget it. That wasn't my point.
What do you mean Pam sacrificed for me?
She did for you what you couldn't do for yourself.
What are you talking about?
She knew it was her or your career, but you couldn't have both.
Did you? Did you tell her to
No,
leave?
of course not. It was her decision.
But you knew about it. And you didn't tell me.
Oh, spare me the sanctimonious bullshit. Don't pretend like you're some passive participant in all this.
You lied to me. Both of you. And how dare you make decisions for me? For my life?
Nothing was gonna stop you, Ellen. I knew it and Pam knew it.
I can't believe this.
But honestly, the best defense we have is what I'm looking at right now. You are everything America is supposed to be.
The question on many experts' minds is, will this lead to more American companies making deals with the Soviets? That's the fear on Wall Street today, as word of the Russo-Helios announcement has shocked the financial sector.
James, take me to Andrews, please.
Madam President, the fundraiser is still...
Just tell them I'm under the weather and I'm going back to the White House. We'll take the 707, no press.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Hi. Can I come in? So, this is weird. Shouldn't you be, like, negotiating a nuclear missile treaty right now or something? That was a hard letter to write. You lied to me. Yep. Why? I know what it is to want something. So I just made it easier for you to go after the thing you really wanted. How generous of you. Oh, you didn't even put up a fight. You left me without saying a word to my face. I used to think a lot about what our life would be. Cute house with a little fence, a dog, maybe a cat, although I'd make you coffee in the mornings and then write out on the patio while you went to work. Sounds nice. Yeah, it would have been. But it wouldn't last. Eventually, you'd regret what you gave up. It would start trickling in after some argument we'd had. You'd think about it while you were in the shower, maybe stuck in traffic on your way to work, and it would just eat at you. And how could it not? I mean, you were headed for such great things. And I knew it. From the day I met you. So yeah, I gave you up. Because I thought maybe one day you could make a real difference for people like us. Then I guess I was wrong. When I saw you being sworn in, I was so happy. You know, finally, things were going to change. But from that day on, I have just watched you make compromise after compromise.
Sometimes you have to settle for what's possible.
I wonder what the girl I met 20 years ago at the outpost would say about that. She had this fire. Ready to take on anything and everything.
I'm not as powerful as you imagine. Look at me now. I had to sneak out of the house to visit the love of my life.
Well, it's good to hear you say that anyway. My guess is it's for you.
Madam President, you need to come with me. There's a developing situation.